I'm not gonna lie, I kind of, because of the pressure of being a full-time reseller, at times I wish that I would have waited longer and built my store up a little bit more before I went full-time. And if I knew what I knew now and went back in time to before I went full-time and quit my job, if I knew what I knew now already, there's no way I would have lasted that long. I'm pretty sure I would have went full-time even faster. One of my big problems, you guys, is this. This here is all unlisted inventory. There has to be at least 200 unlisted items here. This is all unlisted inventory right here. How is it that I am a full-time reseller, but I'm only doing 10,000 in 60 days? Why am I not doing 20,000 in 60 days? Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna fail? And if I don't try, then how I'm gonna tell? They say that it's heaven, they say that it's hell, but we stuck here till we get there. I'm trying to have more faith and less fear. I'm trying to express it to my peers. I'm talking about dreams. Better to do it and let it be seen, because then it's so clear. I was a full-time delivery driver, 12 to 16-hour days. 12-hour day was a good day. And it's those experiences right there, being out of my house for 12 to 16 hours a day and years flying by without seeing my family, and you almost start growing apart from them like that. There was supposedly going to be a pay cut at that job. That's pretty much what pushed me into full-time reselling, because when you could go in the store and find something where it doesn't matter how long it took you to look for it, doesn't matter how long it took you to list it, the only thing that matters is how much people are willing to pay for it. I started fully taking advantage of the dollar day at Goodwill. And a lot of this death pile right here that I showed you guys started with Dollar Day. The number one thing that I have been underestimating about the Dollar Day is how hard it is to process and list bulk inventory. Being your own boss is the hardest part about being a reseller. You have to be disciplined. Trust me, what's really on my heart, what I really want to do is I want to go hard. No excuses, no randoms, like running my business randomly by how I feel at the time. Like if I don't feel like listing, I'm just gonna get out the house and go source. If I don't feel like sourcing, I'm just gonna take it easy. If I don't feel like sourcing or listing, I could easily kick into high gear when I have to start listing like crazy, sales pick up like crazy, all bills get paid, then Vincent get lazy. So today we really went ham up in here getting this place organized. I moved this third rack over here. I was pretty much like wasting it to try to make it look good as like, a prop or something for my videos, but I junked that. I took all that stuff out off of there. I put it in bins like it should be. Brought this over here for my free inventory because I just cannot work up in this room with stuff all over the place. Right now, this is the type of environment that I like, and keeping my work environment like this clean is going to be very important, and even organizing it further, organizing my listed inventory even better than it is right now, and even organizing my unlisted inventory, because this stuff is just all in here, you guys. Can't even see it, but that stuff is just all in there, unlisted. It's not organized. Like I could literally practically just go shopping in there, like pull out stuff like I'm seeing it for the first time and be like, ooh, like this will probably sell. Let me go ahead and list it. Like if things are not going good for me doing eBay, if that's not going to pay the bills, I'm not about to go get a full-time job and then resell part-time. I'm going to resell full-time in addition to working either full-time or probably part-time. Yeah, I would do something like Uber Eats or something to make sure the bills are paid and demand that Vincent, you get it together up in here. Like it's just way harder to be accountable only to yourself. And if you want to be a full-time reseller, I think that's the number one thing that you should judge your decision by is how disciplined are you when it comes to doing things that need to be done that you don't feel like doing. That is the number one thing. Numero uno. So, 2020. My 2020 goal is I want to have 2,000 active listings by summer. Right now, I have 600 active listings. I haven't actually did the map to map that out yet. I also have a goal of reaching 800 active listings by my birthday, which is about 10 days away, January 8th. Subscribe for my birthday and hit the like button, please. Birthday on the way, Capricorn. I'll be 31 for anybody who don't know. I know I look young. It's just, because I don't have facial hair. But I also wanted to tell you guys a story too about why I'm a full-time reseller. Okay, so it actually started in December of, I believe, 2017. In 2017, towards the end of that year, I had became a really big listener, consumer of Gary Vee's content. I don't like saying fan. I'm not like really a fanboy type, but I was consuming a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk content, and I was out working. It was a Saturday, and I was taking a pallet to a post office, listening to Gary Vee, and low key like glancing at the phone every now and again, but had my headphones in, and I'm listening to Gary Vee out going to yard sales and buying stuff to resell on eBay and stuff. And just my luck, my eyes caught like a yard sale. Like literally while I'm watching this, I'm passing a yard sale on the main road. So I said, skirt, pulled over. Long story short, I had bought like a big trash bag full of teddy bears, which was not a smart buy. I actually still have some of those teddy bears a year later, literally. And the ones that did sell, the money was nothing like exciting. Probably made like two, three, $4 on each one. But the thing that pulled me into reselling that day that I found was a pair of Jordan 11s. It was a girl size, about a size 6.5, 7, and they sold within a week for $65 plus shipping, and that was on OfferUp. And I actually made my very first YouTube video about that pair of Jordans that sold. So if you actually want to go see my very first video, it's called Shipping with OfferUp. Just scroll all the way down, you'll see that day. Actually, you'll see the day I was gonna ship those out for OfferUp. I was kind of mad about the OfferUp shipping, but I paid $10 for that pair of shoes at a yard sale, and I'm like, I just made about $50 on this one transaction. For pretty much everything like that I've done, it all came down to discipline. Like, are you hungry? Do you have enough motivation or grit? Are you just gonna give up, or are you just gonna kick in the third gear and run like crazy and keep it going? So if you want to be a full-time reseller and you have discipline, the next thing you will need to consider is your bills. How much bills do you have? I would say make I would I would encourage you, unless you crazy like me and you know that you always do what you gotta do, I would say to make sure your store could pay your bills. And also, if you're working right now, things that would consider expenses that would change if you go full time. Like it's easier to eat at home being working from home versus eating out all the time, like the little cafeteria or the whatever food places are close to your job. And then, especially for people that are commuting, and especially if your car isn't necessarily fuel efficient, subtract that huge gas bill from your budget and see how much less money you would actually need to make as a reseller to make it. So for me, being an independent contractor, riding around in a delivery van every day, gas was about almost $150 a week. So that was $600 a month just cleared up. Like I didn't need that money for the gas station no more, you know. And then the other thing that was big for me too was daycare. My daycare situation changed. My mom still does watch my son for me now, but half the time that she used to. So that was about another $400 that I did not technically need to make no more to make it. And that was $1,000.